Yo, 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 yo. Nikki OOO. Shout out to Black Salvage ENT. Go like and subscribe. That's where I got this video from. All right. I'm sure by now, as you know, Mr. Hassan Poppy Campbell has opened up his mouth again and disrespected yet again another woman, yet again another black woman. I don't keep up with Hassan too much unless he do something outlandish. And this to me is outlandish. So here we go with a video. RIP to FBG Duck. Too many of our talented young men are in the cemetery, and I hate to see all our talent there. Sending healing prayers out to his mother, Mama Duck. Let's get off into this video. This is where Mr. Hassan Campbell was on Clubhouse being very disrespectful. Since this video, Mama Duck had a response, and then, of course, he had a response to her response, and then they supposedly had a mediation that I'm going to go ahead and look up and add that too, where Whack 100 was brought into the mix. Who started naming Whack 100 as the mediator? Oh, let me tell you if you don't know. In this clip, I'm going to start at about the 133, 135 mark. A young individual, one of our youths, it sound like wanted to ask Hassan Campbell a question in regards to FBG Duck's mother. So just take a look.
Can I ask you a question? Because I know this room about Lil Durk. I just want to ask you a question in regards to Mama Duck. Well, Mama Duck, how you feel about, do you think it need to be more mothers like her to stand up and,
Hold on, let me get this big. So basically, a brother saying, do you think it should be more mothers out there standing up for their sons? Because she is going hard for her son. That woman is going through some things, and I couldn't even imagine.
Fight for justice for their kids?
Fight for justice? I think Mama Duck is a fucking failure. I think she's a failure. She got 5 kids that died in the street.
No. We gotta at least be some grievance.
Listen.
Let me hear that back. So somebody asked him a genuine question, and this is what his response is. See, what I don't like about Hassan, it ain't that I don't like him as an individual. Hassan Campbell, I'm looking through the camera, looking at his eyes like, look. Hassan, what I don't like is what he does. He's supposed to be someone who these young children look up as a leader. And every time he gets asked a question, he doesn't think before he speaks. He just blurt out shit that could cause a spiral effect with individuals that look up to him. This shit is crazy. The first thing came to your mind is that if you was her baby daddy, you would blow her head off. That's where you letting people know where your mind stability is. Even right now, today, this is your advice in October of 2021. Then let everybody know that you still broken and got work to do if that's the first thing that would come to mind.
Do you think it need to be more mothers like her to stand up and fight for justice for their kids?
Fight for justice? I think Mama Duck is a fucking failure. I think she's a failure. She got 5 kids that died in the street.
No. We gotta at least be some grievance.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to pull it back up here. Hold on.
No.
Losing 5 kids and still walking around? Because God forbid, Jesus. I don't even want to say the words. And she's still able? No, that's strength, buddy. I don't know what the fuck you think failure look like.
Listen, once I start losing, first of all, when I realized that I can't raise my kids in the fucking hood, that's why I moved out of Bronx River to Co-op City. Then after I left Co-op City, I would have got a co-op. I went into a house to calm shit down. Because you know why? I kept realizing that I can't keep going back to jail for murder. So now,
when did he go back to jail? When did he go to jail for murder the first time? And you may have moved out the hood, but you brought the hood in your house. You gangsta as shit all up in your house. You still bringing heat to your family. He can be brought to Hassan family with how reckless he speaks with his mouth anywhere. You can be in Beverly Hills, Jack. That doesn't matter. You taking you everywhere you go. It's you, guy. And this woman didn't lose her son like she just threw him out there. Her son was a grown man. Mothers and fathers, we can only raise our children until adulthood. Our children until adulthood. After that, they making their own decisions, and half the time, these new age children are rebellious early. Don't act like priests and well, not priests, preachers and main people like church folks' children don't get in trouble. And I know I was hard on my children. I ain't saying God thank you Jesus nobody was in the gang, but I ain't finna say my kids wasn't rebellious. And I ain't finna say that I wasn't rebellious when I was a fucking child. Don't try to weigh that heavy on that woman like that. That's horrible. And if that's the case, then, you know, we don't want to be judgmental, but you think your mommy did okay with you? How do you feel like your mommy did okay with you? Because it seemed like you're bitter as shit, you're a womanizer, and you don't like yourself. Do you love yourself, Hassan? Is that your mama's problem? You online talking about rocking snot boxes and shit. Is that your mama's doing? Let me shut up.
Now, when your sons get murdered, right? You ain't gonna take your resources to get your kids the fuck out of the hood. No, instead, I'm sitting up there watching videos where FBG Duck mother laying up with his ops.
I don't know nothing about that, and I'm not gonna get all off into that. My main concern with this man is how he disrespected this man's mother. He has no respect for women. All that other extra that he's speaking on is none of my concern and none of my business. This is the part that I'm speaking on. So go and check this video out on this channel that I told you about. If you want to listen to him, go back and hear the buffoonery that comes out of Hassan Campbell's mouth. Stay tuned for more. I'll be looking up what her side was and also the conclusion of what they came to after they spoke together on Clubhouse with Whack 100. So, love.
Do you realize how dysfunctional? Do you know how, I couldn't even imagine. I probably would commit suicide if a nigga put up a video fucking my mom.
Could you imagine that being a leader? What if someone literally is going through that right now? And that's what he said. Okay, y'all. So shout out to Mama Duck herself. I got this from her page. Mama Duck Clout Chaser Slayer. I'm not going to look at this whole video because I did it once, but it was kind of lengthy and I don't want to make it really lengthy here. So basically, she just gonna tell you, I'm gonna sum it up and then I'm gonna let her tell you a little bit. So basically, this is her response video from when she first got wind of what Mr. Hassan Campbell said. So basically, Hassan Campbell was stating that she lost 5 children to the streets. So basically, she wants to tell you a little bit. So let's listen first.
Daddy, and he was in jail. He would have got out and killed me for letting all 5 of his kids die. I'm convinced this man either a child molester because he been molested. He don't get no pussy. All that jewelry he wear be phony as fuck. Like,
Mama
I don't even know
Duck.
him, but I'm just gonna clown him off the shit he just said in this motherfucking video.
So let
Y'all
me hear
listen
you
to
up.
this. Shout out to the gentleman that asked him the question.
Hold on. Yeah, because that was a good question.
I wish I knew somebody in New York, because if I did, I would personally buy 2 pair of fucking boxing gloves from Walmart or the sporting goods store Dicks or something.
Mama Duck, funny. But go over to her page and listen to it in its entirety. So basically, she wanted to say what she wanted to say back to him on her live. And then she also wanted to correct him for misinformation he was spewing. She did not lose 5 children to the street. What did she say? Her first child she lost after only living 12 hours due to she heard gunshots and she was pregnant and she dove on top of one of her other children to try to, cover her child, and it sent her into premature labor, and that child resulted and only lived 12 hours after being born. Her second child died after only being 2 months old, and she said that was for accidental overlay, okay? Accidents happen, okay? And that's what she said happened to that baby. Third child died in a fire. Can you imagine? Oh my God. The third child died in a fire. And then her fourth child died to the streets. And then Duck died to the streets. So she only had two, which that's enough. But think about it. She had 5 children, okay, that has passed on. So the stress and the heaviness that this woman must feel, okay? And for this man to disrespect her and then try to make her feel bad on top of that, and then turn around and say, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Yes, you are. You're doing that very thing. You're trying to do that. So go to her page and listen to it in its entirety, where she tells you how she really feels about Mr. Hassan Campbell and corrects him on his mistakes of saying that she had 5 children that lost their lives due to the street. So, love.